Old riverbeds are great places to look for gems and precious metals. Pogasac, Paugasuck, the Pogasac Reservation was located in Milford from 1675 to 1861. This was a battlefield in 1648 between the wepawog and Milford tribe and the Mohawk nation. The wepawog defeated the Mohawks in a swamp about 1 mile east of the ferry side. Charles Island is located off Silver Sands State Beach and has a long haunted treasure-rich history. This cursed haunted island started as a place of conflict between the settlers and the Native Americans. The wepawog, Wepaway, Wepaway, or wepawog tribe who lived here first. The tribe believed that this was a sacred place connected to spirits. A battle occurred with the settlers, but the tribe lost. It is said that the sachem or chief named Ansantawai put a curse on the island, saying, "Any shelter will crumble to the earth, and he shall be cursed." It is said that the Native American spirits guard the island and discourage any treasure seekers. Some legends state that the spirits of the pogasac tribe, who once lived here as well, beheaded the pirates for burying the treasure in the sacred land. They are also the ones who made the treasure invisible to anyone who sought it. 25 years later, Captain Kidd, of course, buried his treasure on Charles Island, located off Silver Sands State Beach, under a place called Hog Rock in 1699. It is said that he stopped here while he was heading toward Boston, or Kidd might have buried treasure on Stratford Point. The exact spot is vague. Anyway, the story goes that a chest was buried in 1699 and what was witnessed by residents. These people said that the chest was buried by pirates and that they knew it was Kidd's crew, no less. There have been coins from his era found under the sand, so there might be something to the legend. It is said that in 1850, two men did find a treasure chest, but saw a shrilly whistling, headless body wrapped in a flaming sheet plunged toward them from above, and they ran away terrified by a flaming skeleton. They went insane, never to recover from the fright. So many people have searched here that island that has many pits where no vegetation grows. That is considered the second curse of the island by the pirate Kidd and his pirate ghosts who protect his treasure. As an interesting side note, there is a documentation that Kidd did visit this area twice. So to dismiss the legend out of hand might be an error on the treasure seeker's part. The third curse was placed here 22 years ago after Kidd's visit. 5 sailors buried a Mexican emperor's stolen treasure in a cave. In 1721, the emperor cursed the treasure and those who stole it. If you enjoyed this program, please subscribe, like it, and share it. 4 out of all 5 sailors had a tragic death, and the treasure was never recovered. At the end of the 18th century, a monastery was built on the island. Though the monks dismissed the Native American curse, many mysterious deaths, suicide, and insanity forced them to abandon the monastery. The ruins can still be seen today. In the 1950s, a restaurant was opened, but a little fire ended the enterprise. Hikers report seeing glowing objects, hearing voices, and even monks walking among the ruins. The only access to the island is the causeway that only surfaces at the low tide. Do not dig on this island. This is now a natural nature preserve posted with no trespassing signs. You can still explore it, but just do not dig on it. By 2003, the island was uninhabited, but people still see something on the beach going on by fishermen in the surrounding waters. And when investigated, there are no signs of the people or of people being on the beach. On Tuxis Island, Tuxis, Tuxis Island, or Tuxis Island, just offshore of Milford, a large amount of 18th century coins were supposedly found by campers in 1903. It is apparent that some sort of treasure can be found, whether a pirate left lost loot or a shipwreck nearby is giving coins to the lucky seeker. Small caches of pirate treasure stored in canvas bags, iron kettles, boxes, and clay pots, buried and forgotten or never retrieved because of premature death, which was a common occurrence among pirates, have been dug up periodically along the New England coast. One such find usually begets another, for pirate crews often left the ships together to bury their personal shares of booty ashore in the same general area. Tuxis Island near Milford, Connecticut, should be a good hunting ground, for in 1903 a group of boys from the YMCA camp located there found a great quantity of 18th century coins and some gold jewelry buried in the sand. City of Monroe. Because on the Boys Halfway River in Monroe there is a cave where silver was once searched for in 1820. Exactly why someone felt that silver would be there is unknown, but the search was abandoned with no silver ever found. However, the area was once known as Flat Rock and Huntington. So it was known as Huntington or as Flat Rock. However, the treasure seekers should not be discouraged by the lack of silver here, because the large 2-foot to 4-foot long green beryl crystals have been taken out of that area. And this kind of crystal, this size, is very, very valuable. Maurice, Morris, is the town where Bantam Lake lies. This is the largest natural lake in the state, covering 1,200 acres. The lake was a favorite camping site for Putatak tribe. There have been numerous finds of arrowheads in the area, suggesting that there were battles fought in the region, perhaps with the Mohawks. Montville is the town for Native American forts. Fort Hill State Park was the fort of the Sachem Uncas of the Mohegans. Only stones remain today. This town is also the site of another Native American battle. The battle took place in 1634, and the area is now State Park. Fort Shantok of State 32 was built by the Mohegans in the early 1600s. The Mohegan word means midway up the river. This battlefield is halfway up the Thames River from New London to Norwich. In 1645, the Narragansett were repelled at this spot by the Mohegans. This fort was attacked again by the Narragansett in 1659, but again were repelled. There is a place under a rock, perhaps a cave, where it is said that Uncas sat awaiting help from the residents of Saybrook during the 1645 battle that took place here. The war finally ended due to the English settlers coming to Norwich. It is also a Mohegan burial ground today. It is believed that Uncas is buried in this park. More Native American battles were fought in this spot during historic times than any other place in the state. There is even a miniature desert found below Trading Cove, known as a sandy desert. It was believed to be a cursed place by the tribes in the area. Kachegan or Corchegan or Cochegan rock is the largest glacial rock in Connecticut. It is 50 foot square and 60 feet high, weighing 6,000 tons. Uncas used this as a retreat and hiding place in 1637. In the colonial area, a Mohegan named Caleb Cochigan lived here, hence the reason for the name. If you enjoyed this program, please subscribe, like it, and share it.